scare the living shit out of the Indiana Fever. So Indiana Fever, and it's been my belief that they will freaking fire everyone. And I do believe this. So if you're a Fever fan and you're hoping they'll keep Caitlin Clark, it's my belief that when push comes to shove, there's no way they can let her get away. They will fire everybody and start over. That's my belief. I cannot imagine the level of fumbling the bag that would have to be done.
What happens when Gatorade jumps on the Caitlin Clark hype train but forgets who's steering the ship? You get a blazing PR fiasco with a splash of extra electrolytes. The WNBA thought they were scoring big, but it turned out to be a complete airball straight into chaos. And wait until you hear the fans' real reactions. Fever's management might want to brace themselves for this feedback. Meanwhile, Caitlin just banked a cool $660,000 like it's spare change. Get ready, this story is about to get really interesting.
Meant to the WNBA.
Everything. She's changed the dynamic and history forever for women.
I see a lot of young girls here today, and I see how inspired they are, and she's even gotten me back into basketball.
I think she has brought attention. She did it for us. We had never watched, and we have become big fans.
I don't think her contributions have been extreme as what people think they are. I think the league in itself has been getting better, and that's really what we should be focusing on.
I think she's brought a lot of attention to the WNBA, and it's needed.
I think it's great. I actually grew up watching the WNBA, so it's really exciting to see a resurgence.
She meant everything. I never watched it.
If Caitlin Clark leaves the Fever, count me out too. This isn't a quiet murmur anymore. It's a loud, full-throttle rallying cry. Caitlin isn't just a player in the WNBA. She is the WNBA for a whole new wave of fans who hadn't even heard of the Fever 6 months ago. At this rate, Indiana might want to call a custody lawyer because Caitlin looks ready to take half the fan base in the split.
And there's enough votes here. This is a good test to see how bad this would be. Swag put this out, and it's starting to make the rounds. I voted. Okay, Fever fans, answer this. If Caitlin leaves Fever, would you still support the Fever? We got 1,145 votes here. Nope, my bags are packed is far and away.
These aren't just casual fans, they're diehards, fully converted and baptized into the Church of Caitlin. Zip codes and team colors don't matter to them. Caitlin is the brand. Her jersey isn't just a uniform, it's a GPS guiding their loyalty. Wherever she heads, they follow. Their allegiance isn't to Indiana, it's to her. The rest of the roster, they're loved and respected, but Caitlin is the heartbeat.
Me dinner. I'm buying Powerade stock.
Is it a play on like women shouldn't? No, they didn't do it on purpose. There's no way. How you came up with this and not in the back of your minds like, oh, they're just gonna be like, oh, it's women. She just needs to cook. Didn't think about that in the PR room.
When the lights dim and the choice comes down to the franchise or the phenom who made you care in the first place, there's no contest. It's double C or nothing. Fever fans are sweating. Not because Caitlin is falling short, but because the team looks like it's headed for a bust. And Caitlin, she's doing exactly what she was brought in to do. Draw attention, boost ratings, fill arenas, and maybe even help turn this struggling franchise into a contender. The real issue? The only person who seems oblivious to that might just be her coach.
Listen, NBA players make 50% of revenues. WNBA players make 9%. And now the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. So they're going to get a raise. There's no question. And I don't really care that the previous 25 years, they didn't make a lot of money or lost money. I don't care. They're in the middle of a negotiation and they're on a heater. So it doesn't really matter. I've said this before. I made an investment for 5 years and it lost money. And I got about 6 months left in the investment. And in the last 6 months, they started making cash. I'm not bailing on the investment. I want to finally get my money back. So they're going to get a raise. They're finally turning a corner. But and negotiating in any business is all about current momentum. It's not about 12 years ago. It's about current.
Somehow the game plan sounds less like empower your superstar and more like maybe next quarter, which is downright hilarious. Spoiler alert, they're not winning. They're losing and losing badly. Yet every postgame, the same tired script unfolds. One player can't hit water if she falls out of a boat, going 2 for 14, and the coach's response? Keep shooting, honey. They'll fall eventually. But when Caitlin takes one contested 3 in crunch time, instant lecture. It's not just confusing, it's almost performance art. Fans aren't blind. They see what's really happening, and they're not sticking around to watch a slow motion sabotage of the very reason they bought tickets in the first place. The message is loud, clear, and repeated more times than a WNBA highlight on ESPN3. If Caitlyn leaves, we leave.
Is a media driver. She is a ratings driver. I think about the NBA post Magic and Larry, the NBA post Michael Jordan, tennis post Serena Williams, golf post Tiger Woods, right? There are certain athletes.
This isn't just fandom, it's a full-on migration. And Caitlyn Clark, she's the monarch butterfly leading the way. These fans aren't just rocking Fever gear, they're carrying their loyalty in their pockets, ready to follow her anywhere. Whether she lands in New York, Las Vegas, or even the Bermuda Triangle, they're coming along for the ride. Team names, cities, or even a wild rebrand as the toilet paper tornadoes won't matter. If CC's on the roster, they're all in. This isn't a passing trend, it's a phenomenon, and Fever management should be seriously alarmed. These fans aren't being dramatic, they're stating facts. Caitlyn is the reason they gave the WNBA a shot. It wasn't the league's marketing. It wasn't flashy promos or Instagram reels. It was one Iowa kid with Steph Curry's range, mind-blowing court vision, and the charm of a late-night talk show host. She turned women's basketball into must-watch TV. Now imagine benching that star on purpose. It's like finding a gold mine and deciding to cover it with a strip mall. It makes no sense, and investors are fuming. And yes, fans love the rest of the team. No one's erasing the other players.
Why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlyn Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a highlighter. Now you're flying private. Okay, if you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to...
The worst part? It's starting to feel deliberate, like there's some twisted playbook in the background. Keep the rookie humble. Don't let her get too big for her boots. Make sure the veterans get their touches, even if their shooting percentage is closer to hitting the Powerball than the league average. Meanwhile, the fans are yelling, just let her cook. But every time she heats up, someone pulls the pan off the burner. Add in awkward body language, tense pressers, and baffling late-game calls, and suddenly, Caitlyn Clark's fan base isn't just loyal. They're furious. They feel duped. You can't build up your new superstar, plaster her face on everything from Gatorade bottles to garden hoses, then treat her like a glorified decoy during the game. That's not a strategy. That's slow-motion sabotage. So what if she walks? Simple. The WNBA faces its biggest fan exodus since streaming killed cable. One day, packed arenas and record viewership. The next, crickets and reruns of Ninja Warrior pulling better ratings.
I'm going to pass on that question, actually. WNBA star Caitlyn Clark is transforming women's sports. She fills arenas night after night, and her games have smashed TV viewership records. And if you watch Clark play, well, it's not hard to figure out why. She makes deep three-pointers look easy. And like all stars, wants the ball.
And don't mistake this for empty talk. These fans aren't bluffing. They've already started scouting other cities. They've got maps, spreadsheets, and group chats buzzing with plans. Some have rental apps open for Phoenix. Others are mastering the Las Vegas zip code like pros. Caitlyn Clark watch parties are being organized in states where she hasn't even played yet, just in case she gets traded. Because these fans aren't loyal to a logo, they're loyal to a legacy. They didn't fall for Indiana basketball. They barely even knew what the Fever was 6 months ago. This isn't just fandom, it's a hostage situation. Fever management had one clear job: don't mess this up. And yet, here we are, watching them seemingly try to sabotage the only thing going right. Caitlyn Clark's fans didn't come this far to be sidelined quietly. They won't cheer softly while she's reduced to a glorified ball shuttler. So when they say they'll leave if she does, believe it. For them, Caitlyn isn't just a player, she's the entire product. The whole ecosystem revolves around her. Take her away from Indiana and that team's just another name in the box score. Put her anywhere else and that city instantly becomes the heartbeat of WNBA fandom.
Like something where if you are a star in the WNBA like Caitlyn Clark, she's probably one of the few people that anybody you can mention to somebody that knows sports will know Caitlyn Clark. Yeah. She's getting a ton of deals. Coke, Gatorade, you name Nike deals. Now, I know a lot of the other players, like if you're the 12th person on the team, you're probably not making that much money, but I just feel like coming out like this, what are they going to bargain with? What is their like thing they're coming with that's going to change their salary? And that's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't understand because they're already rev sharing. The NBA already gives them money, compensates for the loss they make every